Hello, my dear friends. Tonight we are going to be looking at a task that is a practical scenario that we are going to implement in Java, and that is object-oriented programming. So the question says, create a Java class named person that encapsulates two private attributes, that is name and age. Your task is to implement the class using object-oriented programming principles and write a complete Java program that demonstrates how to use it. The requirement is that we shall have a constructor, and the class person should have a constructor that accepts two parameters, name, which is a string, and age, which is an integer, and initializes the attributes. The getter methods will implement the getName and getAge methods or functions that return the values of the name and age attributes, respectively. GetName will return the name, getAge will return the value of the age. Setter methods will implement setName with name being a string, obviously, and setAge implementing int age. Then these methods will update the values of the respective attributes, that is, updating the name and age. Then the method for displaying will implement the method named displayDetails that prints the person's name and age to the console. Then the main method will help us to create a person object, display the initial details of the person, update the name and age using the setter methods, display the updated details. And our task generally is to write a complete Java program that meets the above requirements. So we shall use the object-oriented programming concepts such as encapsulation and method definition effectively. So let's right away go into VS Code and solve this problem. So we shall come here in Java programs, and then what we are going to create is a new file which is named person, because the person is the class that we have been told to create. So we shall call it .java because it's a Java program. So we are going to create a class person, and then inside here we are going to create a private string name. So we shall create. So we also create private int age, and then from there we are going to look at a constructor. So we are going to look at a constructor, and then from the constructor we are going to write public person, obviously that accepts a name and integer, and then inside here we shall use this .name is equal to name, and that is how we do it. Then next we are supposed to look at encapsulation. Okay, we are going to look at encapsulation, where we have the getters and setters. So here, this is how we are going to do it. We shall say public string getName, then this getName method or function is going to return the value of the name, and then next we are going to look at public void setName. This is going to return the value of the name, and this is already set. So next is that we are supposed to look at the public int age, getAge, which now returns the value of the age, and the moment we type it in, we should be able to see it returning. The moment we implement, should be able to return that value. So next is to again look at the public void, which now sets the age, as an integer and returns will therefore return that value of the age. And so next is to look at the method to display. As told, we are supposed to display the person details, and one of the ways that we have been told is to use the display details function or method, and this is going to, one is going to print out the name of the person and the age. So we can either give it as one statement, or we can use it as system out, print on a new line, we give name, and then we can also write system out, print on a new line, we give for the age. So that is it. Now let's look at the main method. So let's look at the main method to test the person class. So this is what is going to happen. We are going to run the public static void main, and this is now the entry point to the Java virtual machine to run the program. So the whole of this program is going to start from this exact point. So this is we shall now create objects for the new person. So the new person that we are going to create, we can call him Martin. Then we say he has age 30. Then person details, we want to display the age. Obviously, we are updating the age. Here we say is 30, but we want to now update. So this is going to print out the updated age. Then we can also give another one. We say this is person 1, and this is person 2. This is person 1. This is person 1. This is person 2. And this is person 2. This is person. This is person. This is person 1. This is person 2. And then finally, we can end the class. So what we can do is to first debug. So where there is an error here, so I've sorted that problem using Copilot, since it is running alongside our VS Code. So let's see. So we can see that this person is having an age of 30, and then we update it using the getter method, and then we have updated it, and now it is 31. Then here, okay, let's do the editing here. This is second person, we call him Joseph, and then so let's run Java. So we can see that Joseph had 30 years and has been updated. Maybe we can call it 35. Here he had 34. We can debug. As we debug, we run. So this man had 30. The getter method has done the updating and is 31. Now this is Joseph 34. It has been updated to 35. So according to our question, this is exactly what was required. So you see, we have to implement the get name and get age, then the set name and the set age methods. So these are the ones to update. The setter method is to update. The getter method is to just have the initial values. So I hope this has been clear. So you can see here Here we are implementing where we say the get, we are getting the initial values. Where we set, then that means we are updating the initials or the details of the person class. And here we have used the two people, so we can even add a third one. If we wanted, we could add another one in here, and this can be like this. We just make sure that we are inside the public static void main. So I can come here and add. So this is going to be the third person. We call him person 3. We call this one person 3. And then let this person be called Joel. We use a get, so Joel is maybe at the 7. Then this is 39. Yeah. So when we debug and run, you can see that we have Martin, we have Joseph, we have Joel. So this person, this other new person, this is supposed to be 3. This is also supposed to be 3. So we debug, run. So finally we can see that we have Martin, we have Joseph, we have Joel, and all the results are okay. So that is how we can do this thing. Please ensure that you follow us, follow this lecture very well. You can do the pausing and write the code. Do the pausing and write the code, do the pausing and write the code, and then finally you'll be able to test and see if you get the same results.